and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Kat Owens. I am an independent consultant with Pampered Chef. I'm so glad that you guys decided to join me. I've been around for a long time. I'm old. I've been buying Pampered Chef products for about 20 years. But I've only been a consultant for about 1.5. But you know what? It's like suits me. I like to cook. I'm always cooking something. Because food makes people smile. Don't you think? If you have any other children around your house, teenagers or little ones, which I have great grandkids now, they like to get in here and help their Gina cook. And I'm excited to share that with them. I don't care if I'm this is live, okay? Well, my pre-recorded live, because I get kind of spooked out when it says live for some reason. But we're going to be making one of our normal kinds of things that people make, and that is called a Philly cheesesteak. Oh my goodness. If you're like me and I see a Philly cheesesteak when I go somewhere, it's like, oh my goodness, I have to get that. It's so good. But not everybody makes it the same like a really true Philly cheesesteak. So we are going to do that. I'm going to share my little gnome. I made a kitty cat gnome for Christmas. And he's going to join us today. Just because. And my name is Kat, so I like to kind of like have a kitty cat earrings, which I don't have because I'm a liar. But I have kitty cat ears. But I do have kitty cat earrings actually, but I'm not wearing them today. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm so glad that you're here. In the party, we're going to have fun. We're going to play games. You're going to get to win some special gifts from me to you, plus the grand prize at the end. And your host is going to be in here playing with you because, you know, whenever you invite somebody over to your house for a party, of course, this kind of might be like a PJ party because you don't have to show up actually, except for your fingers typing, which I think is pretty easy. So let's go ahead and get started with making some Philly cheesesteak. I'm going to put you down for just a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing. I'll try not to make that wiggle too much. I'm going to be using Pampered Chef's butcher knife. I got this a long time ago, but they do have more updated ones. But whenever I press it in, I can sharpen it. So I don't have to worry about sharpening it all the time. And we get to cut with this. Also, I'm going to be using Pampered Chef coated tomato knife. Have you ever heard the saying, cuts like butter? Butter? Oh my goodness. This is the knife to use. Also, Pampered Chef has a new tongs. As soon as I get that open, they're flat. They're metal. You can reach inside your jars to get out stuff, but you're also going to be sauteing with them so your hands don't get burned. Also, we have a loop and scoop. This is for our vegetables. So let's go ahead and we're going to get started. I like to have fresh ingredients, of course, because that always makes everything a little bit better. I have a red pepper, and because I like a little bit of color in whatever I'm cooking, we're going to use yellow and the green bell pepper and a white onion. Also, we're going to have steak. You can use whatever kind of steak you want. I try to get a lean one because it's better for your tummy. And then also we're going to have some provolone cheese plus your hoagie rolls. And what we're going to do, if you haven't burned this check already, we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut the peppers off. I don't like to waste anything, so all this here is definitely going to be used for later. Kind of looks like a flower, don't you think? Okay, now the scoop and loop, you're going to grab, either you have a smaller hand to fit inside, or bigger items. So we are going to go ahead, well, that's going to fit more like this way. Stick it inside of your pepper and twirl it around. I'm not very strong. I'm sure that you'll do it a whole lot better than me. My hands are not so good. And I should have a bowl like Rachel Ray to get out all the seeds. So ta-da! You don't have to worry about getting all that. You stick that in there and you twirl it around. And I'm not being very good, but you know, that's me. I'm gonna be doing whatever I do. Then we're gonna go ahead and we are going to cut. It really is easier. Don't mind me because my hands don't work so good. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we are going to cut these, and we are going to make julienne so that can go on our hoagie rolls with the steak. Now, you know, when you get home from work or wherever you're at, especially from work, I was a nurse for 26 years, and when I got home, seriously, I didn't want to feel like cooking at all. But if we can make simple meals, even prep them ahead of time, this can make this a whole lot easier, and your kids can help you too. So we're going to go ahead and chop all these up. And then your green peppers too. I'm not one of those super professional cooks, but doesn't matter because the kids don't care as long as they got food in their tummies, right? See how pretty that looks, all green and yellow and red, of course. And then we're going to go ahead and we are going to slice our onion. I have learned on the onions for myself, if you slice them while the skin is still on, you're going to have less eyeball crying. And, well, it might be a little bit faster once you get the Pampered Chef new mandolin slicer. Oh my goodness. That is definitely on my list. Even if I am a consultant, I am still trying to earn, which I can earn, all these great products. I mean, even if you have a party and you say, hey, I want that, you know, well, have a party with your friends, because dang, you know, the hostess rewards are super amazing. Okay, now that we have all of these cut up, we're just going to slide them in a bowl. These are not Rachel Ray bowls, sorry about that. But we're going to put them all in here so that we can cook. Now, we have this, I used eye of round thin steaks, so that's pretty good. I also want to introduce you to my pan that I got. I also earned this. This is an 8-inch non-stick fry pan. It's very heavy, Teflon. You have special weight on the bottom, so you're going to cook things a little bit easier. But you know what's cool about this pan is this little item right here. Because whenever you're cooking, sometimes, you know, you want to be on the stove and then say, I need to melt whatever I'm cooking in the pan. So you're going to press this, pull up, don't mind me again, push, then, and this comes off. So this, I'll let you see me again. This you can stick after you take the handle off in the oven and melt whatever you have. I have to cook smaller because, you know, I had to learn to live by myself, but you'll figure that out when you get old. Okay, so, and it's just as easy to stick back on. This 8-inch nonstick fry pan is the bomb, and this is what we're going to be putting our steak in. What what things do you have like that's a dilemma in your kitchen? Let's say when you're cooking food and you gotta cook this and you gotta cook that and then you gotta bring it over to the table and you have to tend to this and you have to get everybody's drinks and you know, everybody's waiting for the food and then you get to the table and you finally sit down and say your prayers and then you're like, okay, let's get ready to eat. Okay, cold. After all that work. I mean, it's not as warm as you did when you first took it off the stove. Everybody should just like eat right off the stove and keep everything warm. But with this, oh my goodness, 20 minutes later, it's still warm. So I'm excited always about that because I don't eat big lots of food. So whenever I come back in 20 minutes later to eat just a little bit more, it's still warm. So that's kind of cool. We're gonna go ahead and cut up the steak now. Try not to wiggle that too much. I'm not a fancy person with all this camera gadgets. And what we're gonna do is I got the thin one. And some tricks about cooking with meat. You don't want to add too much salt and pepper. Salt is gonna suck the juices right out of that meat, and it's gonna be a little bit drier. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop up. I'm not working too good with that. Remember I said it's like butter. And then you chop up your meat. Of course. And you can put however much you want to. You're going to saute it in the pan over here. Make it in long strips. I'll try to cook this a little bit faster. So that's a little bit better. But I'm going to go ahead and put all that in there. Into the pan, and we're going to go over to the other side of the room, so I will be right back. Hi everyone, welcome you to the other side of the kitchen. We're going to go ahead and which I have the pan already cooking, and what I like to do is put a little bit of olive oil in there because we want to sear this. So I get my Pampered Chef spatula and mix that around for a minute. It's very lightweight and can handle with. And then what I like to do is add a little bit of smoked paprika to the meat. A little pepper. A little bit, even though the salt is there, you don't want to be putting too much on there, like I said, because it will suck the juices out of it. So only put like a tiny bit. So we are going to go ahead and add all of this yumminess to the pan. And we're going to use these saute tongs. Go ahead and we're going to stick that. Listen to all that yumminess cooking. My hands aren't working so good. These are like awesome though. If you want to do it that way. Oh, I just got these. You have to flip them around. Okay, that's me though. So you put that in the pan. Woohoo! Saute this all up as you can see. Philly cheesesteak, here we come. Yum, 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 yum. Then we're going to go ahead and add our mixed green vegetables and add our onions. And we are going to saute this all up. How many people like al dente, if I say that right? If you cook your food a little bit more al dente, except for the meat, The next day, all of your vegetables are still going to go crunch, crunch. So we are going to mix all this up. And cook, cook, cook away. While that's cooking, I'm going to show you, I went ahead and got some Bratz buns. And I like to add a little bit of oil or olive oil or a little bit of butter to keep the inside from being crispy. Of course, you might like it crispy. And the basting brush of Pampered Chef we have the oil in there, but you know what? It has like a little scoop on the side. So whenever you're cooking, you don't have to lay it down and get your counter all full of oil. So I like to put that in there, and you can add it to your meats, or you can add it to your veggies whenever you're cooking. You want to have the Brussels sprouts even, you know, or carrots. You stick them in the oven, and then you just stick it like that on your container, and there you go. Your kitchen sink or counters don't have to be so oily and messy. Easy cleanup is definitely the way to go, and that's easier when you get home from work, because easy, fast, that's what you like to do. I wish that I had a camera so you guys could see this yumminess cooking. Let me go this way. I'm gonna be old school. Ooh, I'll try not to move too much. Oh my goodness, let's see. I'm terrible at this, but you know what? Maybe if I go up that way. Oh, it's cooking. Yummy, yummy, yummy. That's the way that I'm going to have to do stuff. But we cook all this yumminess up. And you just, you know, whenever you have that Philly cheesesteak, you want that steak to be good. You want lots to have meat in that hoagie bowl. A hoagie roll. So you cook all this up. Yummy, yummy, yummy. It's going to be tender. It's going to be tasting yummy. I already have the oven going. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this yumminess right here, and we're going to go ahead and stick it on the hoagie roll. Woo-hoo-hoo. Let's see if you can see that or not. I don't know. And remember that this pan, 8-inch nonstick pan, it's cooking. I love sizzling sound. I know that you do too, especially when you go somewhere, you know. What kind of restaurant do you like to go to that's always sizzling? So then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and lay that nicely on there. Ooh. And it's all this meat yumminess. And then, I mean, who likes to have a big, ginormous sandwich full of color? I'm a color freak, okay? I can't have anything boring sticking around. So anyway, this is the yumminess in the pan. Ready to get under the broiler. Woo-hoo-hoo, look at that. Oh my goodness. Then we're going to go ahead, and you can add as much provolone cheese as you want. That is going to go on there. I like to just rip it because I'm not going to put that on there. And it's going to be so yummy good. Then we're going to go ahead and we are going to stick this in the oven for just a few minutes for that yummy cheese to melt. Oh my goodness. Our hostess is so nice to let me have a party for her. And if you're like me, I've been with Pampered Chef for like 1.5 years, and I've been buying their stuff for like 20. Okay, so, and my thing was I was kind of broke all the time, but you know, that's life. And if you're broke all the time, I like to help people get deals and spend money the right way. So, you know, you cannot imagine all the things that you can get out there if you just take a little bit more time. And by having a Pampered Chef party, you make out a wish list and say, hey, I would like to get this. And you know what? It's my job to help you get that, you know? And for free, we can work on that. And that's all there is. So I will be back in just a minute, and we'll take this yumminess out of the oven. Hi there, and welcome back. You know, this Philly cheesesteak sub is ready to be taken out of the oven, and you know you can't take anything out of the oven unless you have a Pampered Chef silicone oven mitt, guaranteed not to make a boo-boo on your hand. I like to tell my grandkids, you turn it sideways, make the Jaws music, da-dun, 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 da-dun. So we're gonna go ahead and take this yumminess out of the oven. Woo-hoo-hoo! This is looking so nice. Look at this. I'm gonna have to show you that. This is like amazing. Take this and we'll show you what it looks like. I'm not very good with my hands lately. Jeez. But it's really, really good. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's bring it down some. Sorry that I'm not technical, wonderful with everything. But look how yummy this looks. I hope that you can see that. And that took, what, about a whole 15 minutes to make. So I'm going to meet you on the other side of the counter. Okay, we're on the other side of the counter now, as if you didn't know that. We are going to go ahead and take this beautiful, beautiful Philly cheesesteak sub. Oh my goodness. I'm going to set that down for just a minute. Hopefully it won't fall. But if it does, oh well. And then we're going to go ahead and look how yummy and crunchy that sounds. Set that right on your plate. Put that in the sink so it's on a rag, because if you put that right in the sink, well, that's hot and that's cold, you're going to have a big fat mess in the kitchen because it's blowing up. But this is our lovely, lovely, lovely Philly cheesesteak sub. I'm so excited to be able to share that with you. I hope that you can see it, which I'm going to plate it. Also, if you ever notice, my little cup is always in there. It's kind of like my signature cup I decided to do. If it ever breaks, I'm going to be sad. But that lets people know that this is my food. And we are going to cut this, or maybe we shouldn't. Okay, let's look how good that is. If you have a big mouth like my grandson, not meaning bad or anything. But woohoo, that looks so yummy. Squish that all together. And it's ready to go. Your family's gonna totally love you. My name is Kat Owens. I'm an independent consultant for Pampered Chef. I'm so glad that you decided to join the party, and I hope that your family will make a real fresh Philly cheesesteak sub, and it will only take